Hey there, my friend, can you believe it? We're gearing up for another epic playoff run with our Kansas City Chiefs. The energy is unreal, and let me tell you, this channel is about to take things to a whole new level. Over the next few weeks, we'll have daily updates, the latest rumors, and even live watch parties for every playoff game. You won't miss a single moment because we've got it all covered, right here. Now, I need your help. Today's video is special. We're aiming to add at least 50 new subscribers. You know, every click makes a difference, and it's completely free. If you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that button now, and trust me, you'll be glad you did. Oh, and here's something fun on a scale from 1 to 10. How hyped are you for the playoffs? I'm sitting at a solid 11, but what about you? Drop your number in the comments below. Now, let's dive into some of the stories that have us fired up this week. If you thought Patrick Mahomes being left off, the Pro Bowl roster was wild. Wait until you hear what happened to Trent McDuffie. It's time to break it all down. Alright, let's talk about it. Earlier this week, we all saw the news Patrick Mahomes left off the Pro Bowl roster. Yeah, you heard that right. No Mahomes in the Pro Bowl. Instead, we've got guys like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson representing the AFC. Now, don't get me wrong, they're great quarterbacks, but come on. Mahomes not making the list, that's a head-scratcher. But today, I want to focus on another Pro Bowl snub that's been flying under the radar. That's right, Trent McDuffie. And I know what you're thinking, why are we just now talking about this? Well, here's the deal. McDuffie's season is so good, it deserves its own spotlight. Even Justin Reed called it a robbery, and you know what? He's absolutely right. McDuffie's been a rock for this defense, stepping up big time when the team needed him most. Losing L'Jarius Sneed and then Jalen Watson, that left McDuffie as the guy, and man, has he delivered. Now, here's a question for you. Do you think Trent McDuffie's Pro Bowl snub is a bigger deal than Mahomes? Type Mahomes or McDuffie in the comments and let me know. And stick around, because in the next segment, we're diving into the numbers stats that prove why McDuffie is one of the best in the league this year. You're not going to want to miss it. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of why Trent McDuffie's season is turning heads. This guy has been nothing short of phenomenal. Think about it. Coming into 2024, the Chiefs' defense faced some serious challenges. With L'Jarius Sneed gone and Jalen Watson sidelined, McDuffie was handed a huge responsibility. And you know what? He didn't just step up, he owned it. Now, I know some critics like to point out that McDuffie had a slow start in the turnover department. It took him 3 seasons in the NFL to snag his first interception. But here's the thing, teams just aren't throwing his way. Why? Because he's locking down receivers so effectively that they don't even bother. It's a classic case of stats not telling the whole story. Even so, McDuffie made sure to quiet the doubters this season. He racked up to interceptions in back-to-back weeks, forced a fumble against the Steelers, and has been a turnover machine in the last quarter of the season. That's 3 turnovers in 4 weeks. Talk about making a statement. And for my fellow stat nerds, here's the kicker. McDuffie's Pro Football Focus grades are out of this world. His overall grade? 83.1, the second highest among all corners in the NFL. Yeah, second highest. His pass rush grade sits at 90.5, 7th best in the league. And his coverage grade? A solid 80.6, putting him in the top 10. So let me ask you this, what's been your favorite Trent McDuffie moment this season? Was it that first interception, the forced fumble? Drop your pick in the comments, because I'd love to hear what stands out to you. And coming up next, we're diving into the bigger picture. Why the lack of respect for McDuffie and this team might just light a fire heading into the playoffs. Don't go anywhere. You know, as much as I try to shrug off the whole Pro Bowl snub thing, there's something about it that really gets under my skin. The Chiefs are on the verge of their 3rd straight Super Bowl appearance. Yet somehow, guys like Trent McDuffie are still flying under the radar. It's not just disappointing, it's flat out disrespectful, and this isn't just about recognition. It's about what it says to the team and the fans. McDuffie has put up elite numbers, played at a consistently high level, and helped anchor a defense that's been crucial to our success this season. Yet, he's still overlooked. It's almost laughable. But here's where things get interesting. This kind of disrespect can be dangerous for the rest of the league. Think about it, Mams has already proven he plays his best football with a chip on his shoulder. Now imagine a fired-up defense led by McDuffie using this snub as fuel to dominate in the playoffs. The motivation is there, and it could be just what this team needs to push through the toughest challenges ahead. So here's a quick poll for you. Do you think the Pro Bowl snubs will motivate the Chiefs to dominate in the playoffs? Type Y for yes or N for no in the comments. I'll be checking to see where you stand. And while we're on the subject of motivation, stick around. In the next chapter, we're taking a closer look at what's next for this team as they gear up for the postseason. From potential matchups to what this team needs to keep the momentum going, we've got a lot to cover. Let's keep the conversation rolling. Alright, my friend, let's talk playoffs. With the regular season behind us, it's all about the road to the Super Bowl now. And while we don't know exactly who the Chiefs will face in the first round, one thing is clear: this team is ready. They're hitting their stride at just the right time, and you can feel the momentum building. The offense is clicking, the defense is playing lights out football, and now, with the added motivation from those Pro Bowl snubs, it feels like this team is unstoppable. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The playoffs are a different beast, and every team we face will be bringing their best. So here's a question for you. Which potential playoff opponent do you think will give the Chiefs the biggest challenge? Is it the Bengals, the Bills, maybe someone else entirely? Let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to see who you're watching out for. And speaking of challenges, the key for the Chiefs will be staying disciplined and taking it one game at a time. The playoffs are all about execution, and with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes leading the charge, you know this team has what it takes. But here's the best part about being a Chiefs fan right now: we've been here before. We've seen this team rise to the occasion, and we know they can do it again. So let's gear up, stay locked in, and get ready to cheer them on every step of the way. Up next, we'll wrap things up with a look ahead to what's coming on the channel, plus some final thoughts on why this playoff run could be one for the ages. Stick around, you won't want to miss it. Here we are, my friend, a home stretch of what's been an incredible season. The Chiefs are poised for greatness, and I can't wait to see how this playoff run unfolds. From Patrick Mahomes' brilliance to Trent McDuffie's breakout year, this team is stacked with talent and determination. Now, as we gear up for the postseason, I want to remind you that this channel is your one-stop shop for all things Chiefs. We've got playoff previews, live watch parties, breaking news, and more. You won't find coverage like this anywhere else, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you'll want to be part of this journey. Before we wrap up, let's do one more poll. How confident are you in the Chiefs' chances of winning the Super Bowl this year? Drop a percentage in the comments. Are you 80% sure? 90%? Let's see where the optimism is at. And hey, if there's one thing I know about this team, it's that they thrive when the stakes are high, so buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. I'll be back tomorrow with a detailed playoff preview, where we'll break down potential matchups and what the Chiefs need to do to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive. Until then, stay hyped, stay loyal, and as always, go Chiefs!